Bug fixes, and that's it. And honestly, I'd be okay with that. Okay, no, obviously I'm gonna explain myself more than that. So now it's August somehow, and usually around the beginning of every month I do a monthly speculation video about what I think will happen for The Sims 4. And we just reached the end of a very active about 3 months of content for this game with the whole summer of Sims. Quite a lot happened during that time, but I can't expect them to keep up this sort of pace forever. Eventually things are going to wind down for a bit until the next major content drop happens, because I am still expecting another expansion pack to release around November, since we are usually getting 2 expansion packs a year, and we also usually get 2 stuff packs every year, so I think we will get another one of those, just not in August. So I am not really expecting much out of August at all. Looking back at the graphic that they released for Summer of Sims, in the bottom right corner it says May, June, July. It was subject to change, but all of this stuff did in fact release by the end of July. So even if we did get a big free update in August, if we were going to get something like that, it probably would have included August in those months, and it would have said ride 4 waves of base game updates instead of just 3. However, just because we probably aren't going to get any major content additions in August does not mean that it's a bad thing, because this game I think really needs some more bug fixes, especially Dream Home Decorator. They haven't really fixed that much of it yet apart from the sectional couches. I even saw James Turner made a thread on Twitter about how his sim got herself as her own client for a renovation. If that does not say buggy, I don't know what does. Bug fixes were not something that were hyped on the roadmap. Not that it would have really made sense to do that anyway, but I think we could get a patch this month. Most likely we will get a laundry list since we have been getting those every month. So perhaps as soon as this week we could be seeing that. We did just get a patch last week, but that was just to fix some issues that came up because of the pre-patch for cottage living. Speaking of cottage living, it would be nice to have a bit of breathing room to enjoy that pack. I don't think it would really make much business sense anyways for EA to release another pack so soon after what is basically one of their biggest releases of the year for The Sims. Not to mention, not everyone can afford a pack as soon as it comes out, even if they are really interested in it. So if too many products get released too close together, then that can lead to oversaturation and customer burnout. Still, it is interesting from a purely speculation perspective to think about what could they have up their sleeves, because it's not really typical of them to hype up 3 months like that. So is there going to be a fall of The Sims? Probably not. I don't think they're going to do that sort of thing again, if ever. Now that I think about it though, maybe we'll still get an Inside Maxis live stream this month, because typically what they do at the very end is show us a sneak peek of content that will arrive in the next patch. And in September, that's going to be the 7th anniversary of The Sims 4. On September 2nd. Yeah, I know, that's a long time for a single game installment to last. But since that anniversary will come at that time, I think we will get some content. I'm not going to be expecting anything really huge like cars or improved babies or spiral stairs, but I think some kind of new content could happen then, and then theoretically on a live stream this month they would give us a sneak peek of that. In addition, I also find it highly suspicious that the time we have to get those 3 bonus items with cottage living, the bike and the gnome and the tree, that expires on September 2nd. Why on that particular day of all days? So maybe that does match up with something. I also think there is a possibility that we could get a stuff pack towards the end of September. Especially if we do end up getting an expansion pack in November, I expect most of October to be occupied by advertising for that. As much as I would like to see another game pack this year, it's not always consistent with those releases. Sometimes it's only one per year, like last year, and sometimes it's two, like when we got Vampires and Parenthood just a few months apart. I can't deny that the timing would be great though, kind of like how with Realm of Magic they put that out in September, and it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense because they could release that in anticipation of Halloween the next month, so maybe they could pull off something like that again. They've had a history of releasing stuff that makes sense for the summer. Like, even with Cottage Living, makes sense as a summery pack, even though I think Farming also goes along with fall. But even with some other packs, like Discover University, that came out in the fall, Island Living came out in the summer, so I could imagine them doing another occult pack around Halloween, and it's been a while since we got one of those, and there is some demand for werewolves and fairies. I would not be surprised if we got one of those too before this year ends. But I think I'll wrap up this video here. I did end up going a little bit beyond August this time, but I mean, my speculation could change depending on whatever happens in August, and I could be totally wrong, and then I'd have to update my predictions anyways once September actually rolls around. But feel free to let me know in the comment section below what you think will happen for this month with The Sims. Do you think it'll just be focused on bug fixes, or do you think something big might be happening anyways, regardless of the whole Summer of Sims thing not including August? And be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest gaming content, including life simulations and more. So I'll talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!